Hey there guys, welcome back to Skirmish Miniature Gaming. Luke here, and I'm back with a short video today just to give you tips on how to get through the last of lockdown. But today I thought I'd do my top 7 in no particular order here, to be honest, but just my personal top 7. I thought it was quite a nice number to do for you guys, solo skirmish play games to help you get through lockdown and you can play on your lonesome. But before we get going, please do make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, if you're new. Throw a like on the video down there, give me that thumbs up. Make sure to hit that notification bell once you've subscribed as well, to make sure that you receive all of our new videos when we put them up. And last of all, do make sure, guys, most importantly of all, to leave comments down below the video. Let me know what you think of my top 7 and your own thoughts on the games, because I'm sure people will be interested to know even more about them down below. And also drop in there your favourite solo games and recommendations to people out there as well, because these are just my 7 that I've kind of played as well that I can recommend to people. Without further ado, guys, let's get into our first choice for our top 7 today, and that is going to be by Modiphius Games. And we do actually, or Modiphius Entertainment should I say, we do actually have 2 games from them right now, but the first one is their fantasy option, and they required the rights to Bethesda's video games, and the first of those is Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. Just going to give you a little bit of background on this, guys. It is the time of the Dragonborn battle rages across the forests, plains and mountains of Skyrim as Imperials and Stormcloaks fight for supremacy in ancient barrows. The restless dead rise from their sleep. Skeletons and fearsome Draugr jealously guard their treasures from bands of delving adventurers. Elder Scrolls: A Call to Arms is an adventure war game set in the world of Tamriel. Gather your heroes and venture into Draugr, haunted tombs and ruins, searching for treasure and glory, or fight the civil war as the Stormcloaks and Imperials battle for the future of Skyrim. Awesome game, guys, based on will be based on multiple of the Elder Scrolls games, so Skyrim, Oblivion, the online game, and things like that, as they look to do more expansions. But if you want to get into this game, guys, as well, you can go, all of these games that I'm going to do, the top 7 here, they're all going to be links to all 7 games or more in the description below. So if you want to go and check any of these games out, it's all in the description, guys. You can go and check that out there. But if you want to get into this one, there is a kind of core bundle that you can get from their website. So there's a core rule set that contains all the rules you need for exciting solo and cooperative delves, or 2-player battles with AI adversaries hindering both players. Begin your adventures in Tamriel with this essential box set, as you can see on screen, guys, containing the rules for Elder Scrolls Call to Arms, plus the dice and tokens required, including the units cards for the Bleak Falls Delve, Imperial Faction Starter, and the Stormcloaks Faction Starter sets. And I've put these different options on screen and things, guys, but the main thing to get hold of is, of course, the core model sets there, and the Call to Arms rule manual, which does come with the dice, tokens, things like that as well. Which, there you go, guys. Hope you like the look of Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. I've had a little go with this before. It is a really smooth little system, and as well as that other game that I'm going to go into for you now, game number 2 here, we'll keep on moving, is going to be Fallout Wasteland Warfare, more specifically, based on the Fallout video games, of course, and Bethesda's video game universe. It's a survival-based game mostly, but definitely an option for solo play. There's a nice little 2-player core set that will work just fine for solo play that you can get hold of at a decent price. Survive the tabletop Wasteland. In Fallout Wasteland Warfare, players will build their own crew from a wide range of factions, allies, and iconic characters from the Fallout series, and play in apocalyptic games of 3 to 30 high-quality 32mm scale resin miniatures through a huge variety of iconic scenery and settlement buildings, from the Red Rocket to Sanctuary Hills, Nuka-Cola vending machines, and wrecked cars. Campaign expansions will unlock deeper crew building and AI experiences, new campaigns, and let you perfect your settlement building strategy, which is a cool thing about this game. This will allow players to attack each other's bases to win rewards, team up with a friend to defend a larger settlement, or explore narrative missions in cooperative games against AI forces, or the post-apocalyptic dangers of the Wasteland solo. Fallout Wasteland Warfare is available now, guys, and you can get hold of the 2-player starter set that I've been putting up on screen there. You can see all the contents that are involved. That's the best way to go, and that will get you straight into playing solo in the game, and they've got all the expansions and things as well. So if you're into the post-apocalyptic kind of warfare survival games and things like that, this is a perfect solo one to go for, and this Fallout universe has always been a fantastic one. But otherwise, let's move swiftly on here, guys, and we'll move on to The Walking Dead All-Out War Miniatures game by Mantic Games. And this one's a personal favourite of mine. We've done battle reports on it on the channel. I do like the Walking Dead universe though, so it is close to my heart for that. It's a really cheap game to get into as well, so I recommend it. Walking Dead All Out War is a game of fast-paced head-to-head skirmishes in the world of The Walking Dead. Assemble a group of your favourite characters from best-selling comic series, the best-selling comic series. Kit them out with a variety of weapons, items and abilities, and battle to achieve dominance in the walker-strewn Atlanta cityscape. Experience firsthand the desperate struggle for survival faced by Rick and his companions as you negotiate constant threats from both the living and the dead. This game is as it should be, fast, furious, and fun. And I can definitely agree with that, guys. You can see the core set on screen here as to what's included. This box set contains everything 2 players need technically, but also if you're playing solo, it's beautiful as well. Need to get right into the action, including fully assembled, highly detailed plastic miniatures, dice tokens, quick start rules, and terrain including burnt out cars and barricades in a world where danger is ever present. How will you survive? ? There you go. So a little description of their core set there for you. There is everything you need in that set. However, it's a very cheap set because there's not too much to actually play through unless you create your own scenarios, which is a lot of the idea behind this game. But they have really cheap expansions for this all-out war game that give you a solo play deck of cards, scenario cards and things like that. And more scenarios that you can play through. You can either follow along through the storyline of Walking Dead, or you can, in the comics and whatnot, or you can actually just go and create your own skirmishes and your own campaign systems. So number 4, guys, is going to be the Battle Systems awesome little game, Core Space. I highly recommend this one. Core Space. It's all coming apart, the 1,000-year galactic accord is crumbling, superstition and fear is replacing science and reason, and a mysterious alien species is burning entire worlds. Amidst the bedlam are the traders trying to scrape a living with nothing but their wits and their simple credo to follow. Salvage, trade, adapt, survive, the motto of this game. Core Space is a science fiction miniatures skirmish game launched in 2017 and still going strong. Each player takes control of a band of traders trying to make a living in a dangerous galaxy, all the while hunted by the Purge, a semi-sentient race of humanoid machines whose sole task is to harvest worlds. Pretty dark, guys. But Core Space is more than just one game. It sits in that sweet spot between board game, skirmish game and RPG, expanding to match your gaming style from the tactical movement of the pieces, ready to use out of the box of course, to the combat strategies of your trader crew over the course of a campaign. To the dramatic narratives that emerge from the game's events, there's something for everyone, all based on a simple set of mechanics. None of this would matter, of course, without a box packed full of high quality components that will allow you to immerse yourself in the Core Space universe, such as the starter set on screen that you can get hold of. Everything that you need to get going with the game. The exquisitely detailed miniatures make themselves at home in the epic 3D environment built for the Battle Systems award-winning terrain, and the quality extends to the plastic dashboards, dice, deluxe laminated tokens, and character boards, and more. If you're looking for a new sci-fi world to dive into, look no further than Core Space, guys. It's a fantastic little game. Salvage, trade, adapt, survive. Definitely look into this one. It's a sweet little game. One of my favourites of last year for sure that came out. Alright, and number 5 is an interesting one. It's more of a universal one, more along the lines of D&D crossed with your skirmish miniature games, but it is certainly a solo skirmish game that you can play through, and I highly recommend it. Rangers of Shadow Deep. I don't have many images to show you this one because Very much like D&D in those kind of games, you get the core rules, brilliantly written core rules by Joseph A. McCullough, and yes, you can pretty much use your own universal model collection for this game, like a fantasy collection. North Star Figures do a small selection of minis that you can buy for the game, which I will leave in a link in the description below, as well as the rules to the actual game, the full book that you need, which you can get at a very reasonable price. But Rangers of Shadowdeep is just a description on it here for you. A kingdom stands on the brink of destruction as the vast realm called the Shadowdeep slowly swallows everything in its path as the army fights to contain the tide of evil creatures teeming up out of the black clouds. The kingdom's best soldiers, the Rangers, must venture down into the shadows to gather information, rescue prisoners, and ambush enemy supply lines. It is a desperate fight against overwhelming odds, but every little victory brings another day of hope. A solo and cooperative tabletop miniatures game from the creator of Frostgrave and Ghost Archipelago, Joseph A. McCullough. So there you go, guys. Just a little intro there to Rangers of Shadowdeep for you. Do check it out, and like I say, I'll leave links in the description so you can go and check out more on the game. So, option number 6, and it's going to be The Drowned Earth. Fantastic little game. I say little game, it can be really expanded, but the universe it's set within is so gorgeous. A world set on the continent of Ulea. The Drowned Earth is a tropical world thick with jungle, swampland, and tropical archipelagos. Once the Drowned Earth was the home of a great futuristic civilization. Their cities spanned the globe, and they were beginning to conquer the solar system. A terrible cataclysm ended that civilization for hundreds of years. Nature reclaimed the Earth. Prehistoric monsters ruled the wilds, while the survivors of the cataclysm, known as the Event, struggled to survive. Now, a new enlightenment has dawned. The fragile glimmer of civilization has begun to shine, and the fight is on for who will control the knowledge being discovered in the ruins of the ancient world. Fantastic little game and setting. It's really gorgeous, as you can see from some of the pictures. It's played on a 3x3 table, as were a lot of the games we've showed off today, with 5 to 15 models aside, but can obviously also be played solo campaign. TDE is a game of dynamic movement, cinematic action and narrative gameplay where risk versus reward must be weighed every turn. The way to get into the game, the rules are all free online, but you can buy your own the rules in a hardback if you want them as well, but it's all free to download online, and then all you need to do is buy some of the Dino minis, or you can use your own, have the terrain and whatnot to play it, and obviously then just choose your faction starter set. As you can see on screen, there are multiple that I've been showing you there. Choose which faction box you want to go along with, and you're ready to go, guys. So number 7 on our list for our top 7 today is going to be, of course, Warhammer Quest. Now, there have been many iterations of Games Workshop's Warhammer Quest over the years, which is a perfect solo play board/skirmish game experience, and they've done many iterations of it, but the most recent one that is now released for Warhammer 40,000 Warhammer Quest is, of course, Blackstone Fortress. If you haven't checked out this game, it's perfect. Great narrative setting. Based in the Precipice, Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress is a tense, action-packed adventure game for 1 to 5 players. Take control of a disparate group of explorers as they brave the darkness of the Blackstone Fortress after changing corridors in search of a hidden vault, intent on plundering the ancient secrets within. A deadly adventure awaits. With each quest they make into the Blackstone Fortress, the explorers can develop further, gaining new skills and upgrades by performing deeds or achieving their hidden agendas. They can also uncover ancient relics and long-lost archaeotech that they can utilise themselves or trade back at Precipice, a nearby way station that has been established in the shadow of the Blackstone Fortress. Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress includes a stunning array of Citadel miniatures, from the diverse selection of explorers to the myriad denizens that stalk the dark halls of the fortress itself. Their numbers include traitor guardsmen, chaos beastmen, a mighty chaos lord, and even a robot. And this has been a fully released game now, folks, for a few years now, so it's a game that you can get the expansions and everything for, but the core set is still available on their website, and I highly recommend getting into it. And it'll give you hours and hours worth of gameplay. Gorgeous miniatures as always from Games Workshop. And just as a little mention, I have to do this, Warhammer Quest Curse City, the next edition of Warhammer Quest, which is based in the realm of Age of Sigmar, the Mortal Realms, so more of a fantasy take on Warhammer Quest, is coming in the next 2 to 3 months, we think. The core set and whatnot is on screen that you can see there. We don't know too much about the gameplay other than it will be basically play very similar to every other Warhammer Quest that's been, such as Blackstone Fortress, but will be based in the city of Ulfenkhan within the Mortal Realms, where you basically control a group of vampire and undead hunters. Think kind of like your Vermintide, that sort of thing in miniature form. So another great game to keep your eyes on, folks. But I hope you enjoyed this top 7 little video that I did for you guys today, and it's kind of helped you look into kind of more games that you can possibly get into to get you through lockdown. But until next time,